Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Friday, May 8th, 2026. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, my husband, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Now to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2026, we are celebrating the 41st anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 14,000 stories and 12 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Some fear Pope's African visit might legitimize Mbasogo's autocratic rule. Pope Leo XIV concluded his four-nation African tour in Equatorial Guinea, using his visit to draw attention to the nation's severe human rights abuse and poor prison conditions. During a stop in a notorious prison in Bata, the Pope offered inmates a message of hope, telling them, quote, "You are not alone," end quote, while simultaneously reminding authorities that justice should promote human dignity rather than serve solely as punishment.
The visit held heightened significance given Equatorial Guinea's reported involvement in controversial agreements to accept U.S. deported migrants. While the Pope's presence was seen by some diaspora members and activists as a potential legitimization of President Mbasogo, longstanding authoritarian rule, the Pope maintained a message of justice and ethical governance. Throughout the trip, he repeatedly criticized systemic corruption, tyranny, and economic systems that exploited the poor, signaling a pivot toward a more assertive and vocal papacy. His remarks in Equatorial Guinea, a country frequently faulted for arbitrary detentions, torture, and a lack of judicial independence, offered a rare public critique of the regime, emphasizing the need for freedom and respect for the rights of all citizens.
You know, I like about this Pope so far, I enjoy when the Pope travels.
Yeah.
Because I am one of those fanatics that I will get up to watch it from the time the plane lands until the time the plane takes off.
Really?
But it's just something, you know, it's one of those, certain popes have had this allure for me. But to watch the pageantry that goes along with when the plane lands and like this one where he gets off the plane and everyone is greeting him there, to watch all of that, but to then go and see the message that he delivers, the challenge that he puts out. And he is doing this to his leadership, you know, to the religious leaders who are there, not only just the political people, but also speaking to his religious leaders, his cardinals and his bishops. You know, let's talk about justice, let's talk about equity, let's talk about the prison system, let's talk about how corrupt things really are. And I think in addition to the political system, he's saying to his bishop, you are being held just as accountable as anyone else is, with what's going on here. So you can't shuck back from your responsibilities as spiritual advisors, religious leaders. You also have to be one that's standing in the gap between what's going on politically, as well as what the people needs in these areas. And so I'm fascinated by the message at each stop that he has made so far. Because it really is calling people to accountability. It really is about highlighting the injustices that are happening, and also not just locally, but what affects them as part of the globe as well. So kudos to this Pope on his travels. I love watching a lot of it when it happens, when he's visiting somewhere.
Right, and I have great appreciation that he actually is taking the time to go to these places, because you can hear about injustices and human rights abuse and that kind of thing, but when you go and you see what is happening, it makes a much deeper impact. So because of that, I think, work is going to happen. Hopefully change will happen. And this guy from Chicago, the Pope, he's going to make those kinds of changes. He's going to bring that to the forefront so everybody will see what's happening.
I mean, to be visited by a Pope in a prison and then hear the words, you are not alone.
And that's
you are not alone.
Huge.
I'm with you. And to have a Pope who doesn't mind being more like Jesus, getting out there and making noise and making people understand that they have responsibility. I'm truly enjoying listening to him and learning from him. It's a good thing for me.
Yep.
he shows the power of bearing witness. You know, that he is showing up to see you.
Yeah.
He's showing up to see what your life is like, what you're going through, what you've been through, what you're hoping for. That is so powerful. This person is perceived as being one of the most powerful people on earth.
Yeah.
And he has very little legitimate power that's given to him. What he has is the power of influence.
Right.
He has the power of charisma. He has the power of the pulpit. He has the power of influence. He has the power of bearing witness. I mean, he's got this country that's the size of a few blocks that, you know, I guess he can, you know, do whatever he wants to with. And he has this faith position where he can tell people, you know, what to say during Mass and what they're supposed to believe. They can, you know, buy it or not. But on the world stage, all he has is influence. Mm-hmm. All he has is his witness and his example and his ideas, and he uses that to such great effect, as many of them have. John the 23rd and Francis, and now him, that they use it to great effect for peace, for justice, for economic justice, for kindness, for human compassion. At their best, I guess not everyone. I mean, you know, the Crusades were blessed by some popes too, but that certainly post-Vatican II, and even Ratzinger, I guess, did a couple of good things, but not as many as the others. But that they use their celebrity, you know, sort of like a European monarch. The King of England, the King of the United Kingdom, has like 2 or 3 innate powers granted by his constitution. He you know, he doesn't even choose what toilet paper he wipes his hiney with. You know what I mean? But if he uses his position and his celebrity to good effect, he can keep wars from happening. He can convince people to give blood and save lives, and that's what the Pope is. He is a person who is given a stage, given a pulpit, given a mic, and he uses it super effectively. So if you think, well, you know, what's good in my voice? Sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword. Sometimes your voice is exactly what is needed, and people like Charles and Leo show us that if you'll use your voice to good effect, you really have a major impact on the world. And that's today with the Queer God Squad. Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We're here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Please like and share this and other episodes of the Queer God Squad.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together.
Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.